just got to give him credit.
Rayshawn Blacknick in for the point after attempt for the Eagles to increase their lead to 10. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way. It's high and long.
Facebook
and
Live.
And it's good. So with 3:49 to go for halftime, Weatherford is in control of the ball game. They're up 10, 17-7.
Log in.
Boomer football on Z92.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up.
Oh, they don't have commercials. I mean, they have commercials, but not video commercials.
Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire with an 80.
Nice play. Again, just staying out to your. He's a little bit shorter in stature.
See, I can't turn them down.
The pad level of the lineman there and able to get through the line.
And they are not very good.
Oh, sorry, but our number 70, Caden Reed, our center, is in on the right tackle. And they call a timeout, and we'll be right back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whatever you think, brother. That is really loud.
When the game is on the line and everything rides on one play, you need a team you can count on. And
the bad thing is they're on your same channel, so I can't turn them down. I mean, on like YouTube, I can turn YouTube down, but these I can't turn them down. So I'm gonna just go on my timeline.
Okay.
Please specify title. Oh, okay. High school football. Paste. Watch high school football with Chris and Phil. Create stream. Close. Okay, so we're streaming on both right now. We'll see how that goes. All right. So if you want to monitor comments while I get this ready here, let me get the next game.
Where would the comments pop up at?
Right now, they're on. It's on my personal page, and then as soon as I get everything lined up, I'll share the YouTube link.
Okay. All right.
On that on this first down play.
Yeah, and then to have the personal foul penalty wipe it all out.
Lester Millsap Funeral Services, JTK.
All right, looks like we got a good one here with Muskogee and Coweta.
Bring you rougher football.
Let me see if I can fix this.
Fielded and
here, so it's a little bit. We can see more of the field.
But trying to come hurriedly on the run. Ball was touched and went out of bounds. So that'll mean instead of having it the 35, the Ruffers will have it 1st and 10 from their 24-yard line and trailing for the 3rd time tonight, Nick, 21-14.
That was Payne over there trying to make the catch down around his knees.
A little bit bigger.
Trickled off his hands and went out of bounds.
Well, the Ruffers have.
Hope I don't do this for every game that we're going to go back and forth on a lot of games. So.
Brandon Tolbert in as the running back.
Yeah.
Motion across the formation. TK Thompson making a trip set. Williams going to keep the football, trying to get a.
You have your audio down, Phil? I'm getting like an echo.
Yeah, on my phone, yeah.
To scamper out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, forced to the boundary by Caden Stinton.
Only got one message today. Are you going to broadcast Guthrie tonight or no? Only one. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad.
Back in weeks 1 and 2 with Walker Eaton or Walker Newton, and that's not to take any.
So we can watch it. We can talk about different games. I got a lot of games going on. I just got to. We'll go back and forth, and the games that we can't see, we can go over the scores and all that good stuff too. So let me get the comments set up real quick.
He'll be tripped up.
Okay.
Right about the line of scrimmage, maybe a 2-yard forward progress to the 40-yard line.
Turn them down as much as I can. On Facebook on.
Ankle that in the first week after the Bentonville West ball game, he wore a boot, a protection.
Oh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get. I'm hoping I'll be able to get the YouTube comments up here as well. Trying to find out if the Muskogee stud is playing or not.
Well, they're down by 7, so maybe not.
So a 7-yard gain for Brandon Tolbert. It'll be 3rd and 1, and Nick, I'm going to say it now before we ever get to that situation. If it occurs, it'll be 4th down.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think you're right, but let's hope we can convert a one-yard
Post.
situation here on 3rd down.
Oh, I can't do. That's right. I can't do comments because it's my personal Facebook page. That's why.
Oh, I
so
thought you were in jail again. Okay.
No. So I can turn Facebook on. All right, let me go to YouTube. So I can type in a comment and make sure that's going to work there. So.
Left to go in the opening 24 minutes of action tonight here from Indian Bowl. Ruffers again will put Zapata as the short side boundary receiver. Williams standing tall in the pocket, hands it off to Tolbert, tries to change direction at the line of scrimmage and spins his way downfield to about the 46-yard line. 2-yard gain before Gunnar McCullough, Michael Fletcher hit on the stop of the Tigers.
Coweta Tigers.
Coweta Tigers.
All right.
2nd and 8 yards to go with Zapata and Bell now twins go to the right. Caleb Webb in a slot. Now put Gibbons in motion. Pump, throw. Williams a little bit slow and going. And Dick, I'm not sure he didn't tweak that hamstring because he wanted no place to go and just threw the ball down incomplete.
Now penalty marker. I think they're going to call
delay.
This is Chris.
He didn't get the little flip back across the line of scrimmage.
So move the ball back to the 46-yard line in Ruffer territory.
Larry Odom, still no video this week either. Actually, Larry, Guthrie is off this week. Guthrie is off this week, and their opponent next week is Piedmont, and Piedmont is playing Noble right now, and we do have that game. We're going to kind of go back and forth on games, but Guthrie is off this week, and we will have that feed next week. It is Guthrie against Piedmont at Gelsman Stadium. It'll be senior night, so we will have that. Our broadcast will start at 6:30, so that's the reason why there's no Guthrie football tonight, but we hope to have everything on YouTube now for the rest of the way, so we should be good rest of the way. So,
love you some YouTube.
I do.
I know.
All right. I'm going to get this link onto my Facebook personal page. We'll be on my personal page for a little bit, then we'll eventually move over to the YouTubes. My bandwidth is going really well because I got like 85,000 games streaming right now, and I'm streaming this here too, so very cool.
Scamper around on the turf and roll to a stop right around the 19-yard line.
So I'm going to pop out chat. There we go. So I don't need this on here.
5 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Coweta has scored on 3 of its 5 possessions.
So I'm going to turn the comments off. I don't need those. I got them right here. Don't need VMix Social. See ya. All right, so 21-14 there.
Coweta Tigers offense is really a timing, organized effort.
When injuries occur, count on the sports medicine.
Outside.
String it out. There's a
hold right there. They are consistently holding on the outside. All these crowd are going to cheer, but that ball is coming right back, folks.
Yeah, but again, I think it was Brandon Harper that held him on the edge. He's again, Brandon is shifty. He's hard to hold down, and
I believe this is the first year that Noble.
You run that ball over there on that on our side. You know those coaches are right in that official's ear itself. There is 15.6 seconds left in the second quarter. The Noble Bears are up 20-17.
They keep battling Brandon. He does a great job of
and I can't turn the audio down.
Press his guy, but he's just getting held out there, Matt. So that was a huge advantage for us there. So we got a big second down, 15 seconds left.
15.6 seconds left. Noble Bears have put up a great fight in the first half. And another timeout. You're watching the Bears.
The Bears.
Watching the Bears.
On the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Bears.
Held out there, Matt. So that was a huge advantage.
The Bears.
Down 10, 17-7 are the Boomers as we hit halftime here on Senior.
Weatherford's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably going to walk with this deal before it's all over. Yeah.
Weatherford.
They're so good. We saw them in the finals last year.
Yep, #1 team in Class 4A. I don't see a clock. Looks like they're going to halftime. So Woodward and Weatherford is at halftime. Daryl said, found your live feed if using a cell phone, only if you use a PC laptop. You know, Daryl, I noticed that too. I could not pull it up on my cell phone either. Oh, no, there it is now. I refreshed. It is now on my cell phone. So, yeah, the same thing happened to me. Daryl, you might just push down on the screen and refresh it and see if that works. Is that exactly what happened to me earlier as well? All right, so we can find another game here.
It's not the team that we've seen the first 2 weeks of the year. Granted, you have a stiffer competition, but there's some things that they can really kind of shore up in the locker room at halftime, partner. Yeah, well, a lot of it.
That's doing
too much, right? Whether it be on the offensive line, in the secondary, or either side of the ball, they just kind of let them. I wouldn't say manhandle.
Doing the talking for Woodward. That's Brock Campbell.
Oh, really?
We're going to take our first time out of the halftime. We'll come back. We'll recap the first half for you. The Boomers trail at half.
They trail at halftime. They might be trailing really big after the game.
Turns and gives it to Houston. Houston.
Great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help. When it comes to measuring personal
907 South Sheridan Road, Phillips Music.
Like they're at halftime.
Help me out. Got my first ever and last
like
ever.
Like we're in halftime heaven right now, Chris.
Well, in that case, let's look at some scores here real quick. Scores. 6A football. Let's see here. Northside. Who's Northside? Must be out of state. They're beating Moore at halftime, 14-7. Yeah. Putnam City beat Edmond Memorial 28-0. Memorial might be looking for some wins this year again. Last night, MacArthur beat Enid 21-7. It was actually a pretty close game. Deer Creek leads Edmond North 10-7. Edmond North's second game of the season. Norman North. Oh, we got that game. That looks like that's still going. Let me pull up Norman North here real quick. They lead UConn 17-13. This right here. Yeah, they're still playing. Let me pull up Norman North. And full screen. There we go. I think I can turn their audio up just a little bit.
Hammered there by number, who was it? 15? Looked like 15.
It's always fun for me to watch other people's. Oh my gosh.
17-13, we go to
another halftime score. They're going to halftime.
It's halftime heaven, Chris.
It is halftime heaven.
Football on the Sports Talk Network.
Attention, anyone consumed with tax problems.
I don't know how to turn their audio off.
Oklahoma's largest tax resolution firm wants to put you back on track to financial freedom.
Well, let's just pause you. Let's see if we can find another game that's on. I think the Lawton game still. Lawton's at halftime. Woodward's at halftime. Coyle. Let's. Oh, here's some Coyle, Phil. Let's pull Coyle over to here. Boom. Let's see here how this.
That ain't good. That ain't good, Chris.
58-0.
Yeah, that's a wrap. She's over in 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Well, let's mute that for a second. So while we wait for other ones to come on. So, Phil, if you would monitor Facebook, I will monitor YouTube comments. So if anyone pops in there.
All right.
Let's see here. Norman North leads UConn at halftime 17-13. Norman is at Mustang, and I wish I couldn't find this game. I went to Norman's page, and they weren't streaming it, but Norman leads at Mustang 19-13. Was it Mustang? We went to Mustang last year. Or was it UConn?
We were at.
Remember the
UConn, wasn't it? Stillwater game.
Stillwater Choctaw. The Chick-fil-A Nazi lady. She wouldn't let you. She didn't.
Oh, that's right.
Press box Nazi. I can't remember.
She's on the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on the list.
And most of the time, but yeah, she probably deserves to be on.
You agreed with me this time.
Yeah, I did. So that really means
because it hits you right in the tummy. That's why.
Well, actually, I sent my kid down there, and he got it, didn't he? No.
Well, you didn't tell me that because I didn't get one.
I can't remember how that was. 6'8".
Said it's just for people working. Remember, she said it's just for people working.
Just for people working.
So, okay, well, we're just here moving all this equipment around for the fun of it.
We were here way before you even got here. Well, Bixby JV, Phil, they're at Blanchard tonight. In fact, I will be in Blanchard tomorrow morning. First pitch, 9 a.m. in Blanchard.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Blanchard, USA. But Bixby JV leads Blanchard 29-0. Blanchard's like 4A, and Bixby's, 6A2. JV.
Bixby's really, really good. Very good.
I wonder how Bixby's JV team would do in 5A.
I think they would win. I bet you they'd be a top 2 or 3 ranked team in the state.
I don't know if they can be that high, but they would maybe.
Well,
could be.
Now listen, I'm going to hurt some people's feelings, but you and I both know 5A's down. It's been down. You get past Carl Albert and a couple other teams, and it's not the 5A of 10, 15 years ago. There's no doubt about that.
I'm looking at this, and you can't see the score because it's off the screen, but Garber is beating Coyle 58-0. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter, and a lot of people don't know who don't watch 8-man football. Here in 2 minutes, the game is going to be over.
That's a wrap.
If you're down, they call it 45ing, and if you're down 45 at halftime or any time in the second half, game's done, over.
It's the mercy rule.
Daryl, you are correct. After refreshing, I was able to see it live. He was not seeing it even after you guys ended your feed on Facebook until now. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I saw the same thing, Daryl. I don't know. That's weird. But, yeah, I'm able to stream on both right now, so that's good news. But, anyway, I'm glad you were able to find it. That would have me up all night, Daryl, if I could figure that out. So
now, Chris, I know you didn't. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I was just going to say, I know you didn't play football growing up, but were you ever in a situation?
Grade. 7th grade.
Well, it was a monumental year. No, I understand.
Yeah.
What number
injuries, coaches. I have no idea what number it was.
Coaches held you back. 7th grade.
Yeah.
Terry Bennett kept you from being in the NFL someday.
Yeah, I was. I had full ride scholarships offers, but the coaches screwed me over.
Yeah. There's been many a little league junior high state title won. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yep. Other scores. Lawton only leads Lawton Eisenhower 6-0. So I think Lawton Eisenhower, Phil, they might be a sneaky team in 5A as far as more competitive than what teams are hoping for because you always Carl Albert McGinnis, you might get beat there. It'd be a good battle with Piedmont. Should beat Woodward, and then you just lump in Lawton Eisenhower, Western Heights, and Guyman. But I think Lawton Ike will be a little bit tougher than a lot of 5A2 schools would like to have.
Well, we talk about this. They always seem to have athletes, right? And it's just a matter of can they put it all together as a team. Of course, a 3 years ago, they put it all together and beat our Blue Jays here locally. But
R.J. Fisher.
R.J. Fisher, who was pretty good. Yeah, wasn't too bad.
Hey, Phil, Bishop McGinnis leads Booker T. Washington 21-3. That's a second quarter score. Pump City North, the big win. PC North, the big victory, 39-3 last week over Piedmont, is beating PC West at halftime 16-0. So a little bit closer than maybe what some would think would be in that ball game. Collinsville taking on Bartlesville. Collinsville, one of the better teams in 5A football, especially on the east side of the state. They are tied with Bartlesville 21-21. Sand Springs. Phil, we were in Sand Springs 5 years ago tonight.
Ooh, the rain-shortened game?
Yes. Facebook memory popped up.
Oh, that was we would have called that a mercy storm because I think Collinsville was getting ready to hang a half 100 on the Blue Jays.
Sand Springs.
Sand Springs. Yeah, no. They were getting ready to hang a half 100.
Yeah, no, they were. And speaking of half 100, it looks like Garber's going to someone called a timeout or just scored another touchdown. So 13 seconds left in this game.
13 seconds,
yeah, remember Sand Springs ended up playing with an illegal player or an eligible player. So Guthrie claimed the win. So Kelly Beebe has the victory, coaching victory.
Well, little Mikey Pruitt. Yeah. Little Mikey Pruitt was just home on leave, and we were driving around one day, and he said, my senior year, we were, I think, weren't we 7-3? And I go, I mean, if you want to claim that, yeah, go ahead. He goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, I mean, technically you were 7-3, but do I need to remind you of Sand Springs? And Michael went, ooh, forgot about that.
Yeah. Remember our radio booth was leaking. The roof was leaking at Sand Springs.
It was, well, I wouldn't have known because I was on the sideline, so my roof was leaking every game out there. But I do remember
in the locker room.
What I do remember is the Blue Jays went down and scored on the first possession, and everybody got a little cocky, talking about us, thinking, all right, boys, here we go. Here we go. And then, wow, a little bomb exploded, and then thank the good Lord, the clouds parted and lightning came flying everywhere, and next thing we know, we're all on a bus coming home.
Yeah. It was not going to be pretty, that's for sure.
It was like a 3-hour delay. Remember that in the game? Like a 2 or 3 hour. I mean, it was crazy. It's crazy.
It was heavy rain too.
Yeah.
Let's see where they are at Piedmont. Again, this is going to be loud, so.
Are for real, Coach. So I think we're going to have all men on deck for that game when we play them in a few weeks from now. They are for real.
Not necessarily like that, but
absolutely. They came to Noble Stadium last year and had it handed to them.
Yeah, they got a tailback that's phenomenal as well.
Let's see what Noble. This is the Noble radio
Duncan,
or Noble
played last week. Got beat by Guthrie 31-6, and then Southeast wins 20-18.
Hey, Southeast wins a game.
Yes,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and then U.S. Grant. 52 Capitol Hill 6. So there's kind of just a quick recap of our district foes.
Sorry.
Try to do that maybe once a week, just kind of keep people updated.
Right.
But I tell you what, Matt, this first half here up in Piedmont, tremendous. We knew that they were going to be run heavy. Like we had, they've thrown 2 passes the whole game, 0 for 2. One was a pick. But as we've seen, the Brock Datar, the kid has been running his tail off. Tough to bring down, but our defense has done a tremendous job so far.
They have, and Sean Gillespie, we've got to give it to him. I mean, I know that there's more than just Sean Gillespie out on the field, but it seems like almost every time there's a tackle, I'm looking right there in the middle of the mix, and number 33 is right there. He's been having a great season.
I didn't realize. Hey, Chris, can you
as
mute
our
them
Mike
for a
linebacker, he's just somebody that you can just count on play after play.
I
didn't realize. I didn't realize till just now.
Yeah.
That I too have become a radio snob.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was probably like that starting out too, so no big deal. I get it. Let's make sure. Muskogee trails Coweta at halftime. Or is that game halftime? Oh, I apologize. Let's watch some football here. Muskogee trailing to Coweta 28-14. Let me turn a little audio up on here. This is Bill Huddleston. He's been in Muskogee calling games for the long time.
Roll to his left, run throw option, rifles the ball downfield, tipped up in the air, and almost picked off.
He's one of the big guys in Vite magazine as well. Of course, Rafe Watkins over in Muskogee.
Been a rough. I mean, at times Rafe's had some success over there, Chris, but there's been more down years than there's been up years.
Yeah. McAllister leads Tahlequah 14-7. Collinsville at halftime leads Bartlesville 28-24. Durant is in Ada tonight. Ada leading that game 7-0. Guyman. Hugoton is beating Guyman 42-6.
Wow.
U.S. Grant leads Southeast 8-7. 4A football. Cushing, victory last week over Perkins. They lead Berry Hill. We both picked Berry Hill on our Wednesday night show, Phil. But Cushing, I said we were rooting for Cushing. But Cushing does lead at halftime 13-10. Heritage Hall, John Marshall's at halftime. John Marshall 8, Heritage Hall 6.
Like to say the good guys are winning that one.
Mr. Chappell, Stillwell Indians getting beat by 21 points.
Yeah. He's put a lot of money in that program over the years.
They get it back somehow, I'm sure. He gets it back, I'm sure. 3A football. Veneta leads Dewey 14-8. Perkins, there they are, beating Chisholm 34-6. Jones leads Lincoln Christian at halftime 21-7. Blackwell leads Tonkawa at halftime 14-8.
To his left, in some trouble, being hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaks free, and
that's a big quarterback. That's a good play.
Oh my goodness! Credit Gage Ham. And now the Tigers.
That was a really good play. I don't know if they have replay. Now I'm a replay snob. I hope they have replay. Now that we have replay.
I mean, you're a little out of control on some of these things.
Oh, this is a public stream. You should see me when it's private.
Oh, well, I do see in the privates, and I think people would be shocked if they knew the real Chris Evans.
The real Chris Evans.
Well, there's two of you.
Are you still monitoring Facebook?
No, I've fallen off. Let me get back on there.
Well, hey, I'll be right back. Right back.
Oh boy, I got to carry the show. Oh yeah, I got it. I think one thing while Chris is topping off his iced tea, of course, we were just talking a few minutes ago. Rafe Watkins, former Blue Jay coach, won 4 state titles as the head coach for the Blue Jays, and went down to Muskogee and has had an up and down time there. I don't know what Rafe's career record is. Probably after that in a second, as far as while at Muskogee, but I know it's been, I would say, close to 500, maybe a little below 500. Not that Rafe forgot how to coach; he knows how to coach, but it comes down to Stu. You got to have have football players to win ball games. And sometimes people at high school level sometimes forget that. And we watch college football and watch, it's not, we don't get to go recruit. So, and it's no disrespect to the kiddos out there, but, small town high school football, you're going to have up times, you're going to have down times. It's been kind of a rough track. down Muskogee for Rafe since he went down there. So always Ruffers are down right now 35-14 in the second quarter. You know, I believe the Ruffers are still searching for their first victory of the year. Chris is coming back. He'll know that for certain, but I think that's accurate. Pretty sure that's accurate.
All right, I'm back. Man, I went in the house.
Got in. Chris is. Oh boy. Can you? Can you? Chris, can you? Sorry, I just had a comment about me keeping it PG-13, talking about seeing Chris in privates. So we got comedians out there listening.
I thought that was. Yeah.
But Rafe Watkins, I think aren't the Ruffers still looking for the first win this year? Wouldn't they be 0-3 with a loss tonight? And they do not, Chris, to confirm, they do not have their Division I OSU commit, Ty Williams, playing tonight. Sophomore quarterback in there for the Ruffers. So.
Now I can lean over here, Phil, and talk to you on this microphone. Ain't that a cool
Oh
setup?
boy, now he's bragging.
Microphone here. So I can
like this.
See, Phil, you got to look. See, I'm talking to you on this microphone, and then I come over here, and then I'm on this microphone. I mean, it's just a little setup that, yeah.
It's not good, Chris.
But to answer your question, Phil, yes, Muskogee, who goes into the locker room now down 3 touchdowns, 35-14. Wow.
Yeah.
Let me mute them real quick. But yes, Phil, to answer your question, they are looking for their first win. It does not look good for them tonight, trailing this one at halftime. 35-14, Bentonville West. The coach, remember Pratt over at McAllister?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the coach at Bentonville West.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shut out Rafe and Muskogee last week, 41-0. And then Bishop McGinnis beat them in week 1, 20-13. So, yeah.
That's right, because the Ruffers were actually up in that game against McGinnis at halftime, if I recall.
Yeah,
and
right.
And then lost a close one.
But Muskogee next week, Pump City West, Sand Springs, Bartlesville, Choctaw, Bixby, Booker T, and Ponca City. So 0-3, 1-3, 2-3, 3-3. Choctaw, that's a toss-up. Let's just give them benefit out. 4-3. Bixby 4-4. Booker T, Washington 4-5. Ponca City win. So 5-5, 6-4.
And I think, and folks that are listening that know Rafe, I'm not trying to be hard on Rafe.
No.
But when you were off, Chris, I was talking about, high school football. It's so much about you got to have athletes to win games. I think.
Yeah.
That's just part of it. You don't get to recruit. You play with what you got, and that's not a slap at the kids who are there. They all work hard and try to but I think a lot of people thought Rafe leaves here. He had so much success here. Well, no matter where he goes, he's going to have the same kind of success. And what a lot of people don't remember, and Rafe would tell them this. I mean, when Rafe came to Guthrie, he was a 500. He had a 500 record as a high school coach. So he got to Guthrie and just hit a string of just tremendous athletes and did a great job coaching them and leading the program. I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just, but if you don't have athletes, Bill Belichick's not going to win football games at the high school level if you don't have athletes. I mean, that's just how it is.
And, they look like they're getting ready to go 0-3, but remember, they don't have their stud quarterback, as you mentioned earlier.
Right.
So,
right.
Who also plays defense. So, when he comes back, they'll be a lot better. But remember, Rafe was a finalist. It came down to him and David Alexander for that Broken Arrow job. Of course, Broken Arrow.
Right.
I don't want to say was the right hire because Rafe very well could be doing the same thing. But David Alexander played in the NFL for 10 years. He went to Broken Arrow High School. So Rafe might have 3 state championships if he had gotten the job at Broken Arrow, or he might have 1. Who knows what happened? But
who knows? Yeah. I mean, it's not. That's what I said. This isn't a I'm not taking a stab at Rafe. I'm just saying it's just it could be any coach. It could be any coach we're talking about. You've got to have the football players to win high school football games, and you get whatever you have in your town to play with. And so that's what makes high school football so unique and fun.
Phil, do you happen to remember what Ethan Downs' number was? Was he number 40?
Number 40. I believe that's correct.
Okay. A lot of folks, Weatherford, we got to Phil and I got to call this 4A state championship among some other classes last year over at UCO. Weatherford were once led by former Guthrie. It's
still are. Still are.
Reagan Rose. Former Guthrie quarterback. Reagan would have graduated in 1997 from Guthrie High School. He's the head coach over there at Weatherford, and right now they're the number 1 team in Class 4A football, beating Weatherford right now 17-7. But as soon as we can, if they zoom in, and Woodward does have a couple of different camera angles, and they know how to zoom in. They do a pretty good job with their broadcast. But Weatherford, he's a linebacker. And we believe he wears jersey number 40, unless he's changed his name. His name's Ethan Downs, and he's committed to play at the University of Oklahoma. He's like one of the top 3 kids in the entire state of Oklahoma. So, ball's loose. And I was bragging on them on zooming in. Now they're not zooming in. Phil, I would be flipping out on our great camera people. That's why we have a camera behind the scenes.
You don't want. We don't want to do it live up in the press box because there's a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes that
it's producing. It's what happens when you produce.
Yeah. I've got the easiest job on our team because I get to go on the sideline now again since you fired me out of the booth with your lifelong friend Seth Robbins replacing me. But I got the best job and the easiest job because I just could go to the sidelines and watch the game up close and get to hear the kids talk and the coaches stuff back and forth. It's a blast. And about every 3 to 5 minutes, you let me talk for 10 seconds and then my job's over again. It's a good thing.
Well, it's really 5 seconds, but it sounds like you're going over the air. You're really muted, but since you can hear yourself, you feel like you're going out. Have you said hi to Ernesto, who's watching the stream tonight?
I did. Actually, I hit like because I was covering I was carrying the broadcast when you had to step away to go get a filler upper.
Did you reply to Jana? Jana, excuse me.
Oh
boy. Yeah, you might want to do that.
This is what I got. This right here is why I got fired out of the booth. Little things like this. When he doesn't want me on Facebook, I'm on Facebook. When he wants me on Facebook, I'm not on Facebook.
Well, I think this is a fan of yours, so you might want to reply. Don't want to be rude.
Wait a second. Is this JG? Is this
Jana Peters?
Oh, JG.
My girl. Peters, yeah.
That's my girl right there. Jana and I grew up together, literally. We've known each other literally our entire lives. One of my closest, oldest, longest friends. Jana will kill me if I say oldest. Although we're not as young as we once were, JG. But Jana would have some stories for you, Christopher.
Jana, I'll Facebook friend you here in a minute. If not, do it right now. Facebook friend me so I don't forget. I need some.
Boy.
Additional.
I'm telling you.
Josh Ball, still any Guthrie players still assisting Watkins? Kai Staley, no. Keaton Callens, no. So I don't think there's any former Guthrie players in the Muskogee system right now.
There's not. Kai's now in the insurance business, and Keaton, I believe, is. I know he one time was in pharmaceutical. I think he might be doing that again. But it's tough. It's tough, not a lot of money in coaching, and young guys wanting to, have things they want to do, and it's tough, So it's now we're lucky in Guthrie. We still have, we've had a lot of kids come through here that played here over the years and have coached here, and hopefully we'll get some more as time goes by.
Let me text the Woodward play-by-play guy and ask him if Ethan Downs is still number 40.
He might have changed his number. I'm trying to look. I'm just trying to look. See the number. Here, wait a second. Let me just look and see if I can.
I don't see it, and
maybe he's not playing. I mean, could he be hurt? Could he be out? Who knows? I don't see a 40. I haven't seen a 40.
I haven't seen a 40 either.
I don't see anybody that stands out like he does physically either on the field.
Right.
So.
That's what I haven't seen it either. Maybe he's taking offense off for now.
Maybe.
Oh, no, Phil, he's not playing tonight.
He's not.
No.
You're giving me a look. What happened? Chris got a text.
I'll text you, Phil.
Oh, boy.
I think hopefully he'll be back next week.
He stands out. Oh, boy. Well, dadgummit. That guy, just for people that are watching, you would have been able to pick him out from the shot we have right now on the screen because he really stands out.
In the third quarter, Weatherford increases their lead to 17 now, 24-7. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Well, so far they appear they won't need him tonight. So, but it sounds like talking to texting with the Weatherford play-by-play guy. Weatherford only suited out 26 players tonight, so you can probably read between the lines of what's going on there. Only 26 players suited out for Weatherford. So,
that's 2020 for you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things, of course, Carl Albert had to. They did not play tonight because they had
Carl Albert, Shawnee.
They had some positive tests, I believe, on the CA team, and I had somebody. I believe that's correct. Yeah, but with CA, the question is, we're scheduled to play them in 2 weeks. So, so in 2 weeks we're scheduled to play them. It doesn't seem like a football season if it's not Guthrie and Carl Albert having a matchup at some point. And so, I hope, knock on wood, everything stays good there so we can get that game.
Some bad breaks like the Nash Hunter fumble there where, a helmet caught it, but. The picks tonight, those have definitely hurt. And after the Boomers, though, some we've seen from this team, they have resolved. They're going to keep.
To kick off from his own 40, puts a boot into it. It's a high kick. That's going to be straight down the center. It's going to go through the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback for the Boomers. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line to start this next drive. Down 17, 24-7 with 9:05 to go in the third.
And for Weatherford, officially on that drive, Brock, they went 6 plays, 24 yards for a total drive time of 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oh, got a little dry chart. Nice. Brock's broadcast has come a long way. He's done a good job.
He's a good guy. Brock's a really good kid. I mean, he's a good guy. Does a good job. I mean, everything he does, he tries to do. I mean, he's all in.
Gets a snap. He's going to hand it to Nash. He's going to angle himself back up the center of the field. He's going to be.
See, that's a good shot right there.
Yeah, it would be right now is when you go to it right now when they're getting up and going to the huddle.
Right. Right.
But yeah, and they do a little fade in between the cameras. I like a cut, but a fade,
Yeah.
I'm just glad this is why I love like Thursday night football. All of our games are on Friday except for one game this year on fall break, but you can watch different teams and listen to different broadcasts and watch different streams and see if there's anything you can take from it to add to your broadcast. But this is our 1 week off, and then you can watch a whole bunch of games. Although there's like no Union, no Jinx, no BA, no Guthrie, no Carl Albert, no Dell City, so no Shawnee,
no Bixby,
no Wardmore, Stillwater, yeah.
That's where we would be right now. Let's not front. If
I would have been on the front.
If Stillwater Bixby was going on, we would be at Stillwater right now watching that ball game.
Yeah.
You remember 3 or 4 years ago when you lost our passes? In Stillwater.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to go with?
That was a big night.
Remember that
like
smell?
Casey Porter about killed me. Oh yeah, it's not about die.
Well, you put two and two together. That's not good. Okay. Let me.
You were going inside. I was the poor man left behind. You left the soldier behind.
You were laying in the middle of Highway 51. What are you doing? Coyle Garber. That game's over with. Let's go back to Noble Piedmont. This is going to be. Here we go. Except for probably won't.
Prepare receipts off at any school campus.
Jeez.
The centers.
Hit the up back. Okay, so they had the three guys there just trying to be the blockers. So I don't know if it was just an errant snap, but once again a costly error on special teams. So again, put the defense back out there. Let's go make a play.
Nothing to hang your head about. These boys are playing a great defensive game. They've had a few mishaps happen in the second half so far, but no reason to hang your head.
No, they're playing great here. Just got to regroup. Again, we'll eliminate those as we move forward here, but that gives them great field position here on the 41-yard line.
Running play, Phil.
7 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter.
You think?
Man in motion. Ball's handed right up the middle. He's upended and taken down. It's about a 5-yard gain.
Okay, Brock Tatar, once again, number 16, just found a little hole up the middle and picked up 4 or 5.
This quarter, again, is sponsored by Super C Mart. Super C, your hometown supermarket. Be sure and go see those guys.
Piedmont might be.
And again, as we mentioned, Matt, as the game goes along with all of these kids going two ways, it is a challenge. I know these kids are up to it, but sometimes you got to wonder if the conditioning is kind of becoming a mental factor here for them.
Well, it turns out to be a long game when you've got to go both sides. You just don't get that break like so many kids get a chance to. When you've got 30, 35 kids on the sideline, there's just not a lot of opportunity to give a lot of kids breaks. Lots of them that have to play both ways. There's just no way around it.
Great play there. Again, just try to give up the middle.
Bill,
and our line and linebackers did a tremendous job stacking them up. And the kid does a great job of keeping his legs moving.
I think I did.
That ball.
I don't remember, but I think I did.
Well, that big number 57 is nobody to mess with. That's Isaac Gifford. He's a senior, 5'11", 225. That's a big boy.
Yeah, he's done great.
He is a bench pressing machine, I hear, too. So that guy can throw the weights through the roof.
Talking about you?
And look at there. We got a pitch on the outside. The ball's on the field. And number 33, Sparky Gillespie, looks to make a tackle. And it's a large loss right there for the Bears.
Okay, hey, again, we got it. We caught a break there. It looked like the kid had a little bit of room to run. Again, I don't know if it was
by the way,
behind him on the pitch, but either way, they're going to have to punt.
I noticed
replay was brought to you by OK Hail Repair. Let's raise some hail.
They had
that was a great defensive play. Brings up fourth down and about 15 yards to go. Looks like they're going to punt the ball, and we've got number 1, Brandon Harper, looking to return it. Here's one of those that you've got to catch the ball. If it's going to be outside of the 10-yard line, let it go if it goes inside. Oh, I thought he was almost going to block it. It's a spiral punt. Looks like it's hitting towards the corner, and it just slides out. That'll be
that was a tremendous angle punt by Bo Phelps there,
exactly
number 13 for the Wildcats. I thought that was going to go out at the 1-yard line, but caught a break once again.
The way it just turned right to the right, and it just spun barely out of bounds. And luckily, that's the way it's supposed to go. If it goes inside of the 10, like the 9 on in, then you just let it go. Let's see what happens. And luckily, the Bears, fortunate, got the ball at the 20-yard line, headed back down to the east.
So loud, I don't think anybody can
there's
hear
5 minutes and 4 seconds left.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I keep trying to find an audio deal, but I don't see an audio.
Yeah. You want me to hop on and fix it?
Yeah, do that.
I mean, I could. If you need me to. Say the word.
It's just you're on the same on my board. You're on the same audio feed as they are, so I can't mute it. No, I can't. I can maybe pull up on another. All right. So we got Muskogee, Coweta. We got Lawton Eisenhower, Woodward, Weatherford, Norman North. Let's check in on Norman North here. See what's going on here with these guys. play.
Out there on the 25-yard line, waving his arms.
Got the headset, wearing the black shirt.
That's him.
In the third quarter.
Okay, here we go. Again, a quick pace, quick to the line. Looks like we're a little more, got the twins kind of brought in a little bit, motion man.
Brandon Harper goes in motion.
On the Sports Talk Network.
Pass to the outside.
Play-by-play.
Throw right across the middle. Number 5. Gabriel Hudson with a sliding catch. Excellent throw, excellent catch. Gabriel Hudson.
I tell you what, we had Gabe on the right side, kind of came across the field, found that opening there, and Colin, once again, nice throw down at the bottom of his body.
All right, we're at commercial on Norman North, UConn. Let's see if there's any other video here. Let me check this site. We got Pond Creek Hunter against Medford. That's a 22-20 game. That's at halftime. Oh, here we go, Philip.
Just a great family here.
And also goes to Ethan Hamberler, Tom, and he turns the corner. He's going to get up to about the, let's see, what are they spotting at the 41?
There's a game going on, too, I forget sometimes. But I also want to say a shout-out to Mr. Cochran, Chris Cochran at Cashin Farm Bureau. They always sponsor every time we call. Chris, they always sponsor. We appreciate them as their family is going through this.
Jackson Ward keeps it and maybe should have handed it off. He lunges forward for a yard on 2nd and 4.
All right, Phil. This is Cashin and Thomas.
Let
me turn them down.
A village. It takes a village for a lot of things, not just to raise a child. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not obviously that familiar with the Cashin community.
And Cashin's leading Thomas 21-7. This is already in the fourth quarter. Todd Miller's doing the play-by-play.
You know, one of the cool things was when Oklahoma Christian Academy,
longtime radio friend of mine.
The whole bus, the whole football team came over.
Met him in Alva. He's done Shawnee in the past. He's done. He's currently, well, no, OBU's does not have football this year, so he's doing high school football.
And that defense just continues.
Are you still there, Phil?
For the Cashin Wild.
I am.
Okay,
I'm Well, I'm efforting something that I heard in the background here. And
I think you have a decision if you're Bob Ward. I know you're not to the 45.
Good, clean pitcher over in Cashin tonight. Listen to Todd. Todd does the play-by-play. He has that radio voice.
45 in their own end of the field. We've played 90 seconds here with the fourth quarter. Cashin, number 1, leading number 3, Thomas, 21-7. 4th down and 2 for the Terriers. Now Ward is going to line up in a slot to the near side. It's a wildcat formation as they snap it back to Hamberlin. Flags fly, and that's going to cost the Terriers 5 yards, and Bob Ward is livid out there on the field at his offensive unit.
Yep. I think he had what he wanted because they're going to try to run it with Hamberlin and around this right side.
Remember, Phil, I asked you on Wednesday night that
Ward is beside himself over there on the
sideline. He's still going crazy. The
man, 4th and 7 now.
The mascot for Thomas Fay Custer.
Stay in this game. I think they're going to punt though.
Do what? The mascot for Thomas?
Forward on 4th down out of play.
This was just 2 minutes ago.
We talked about this already?
Yep.
You got to keep punting away from Green.
Oh, well.
Looper with token.
Oh, you can't see in your screen. Let me fix it here.
It's at the 35.
Yeah, Thomas, remember, TT?
At the 30.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no good at this game, Chris. It's well established. I always go with, if it's Thomas, my first guess would always be the Tigers or the Tornadoes.
Remember I said it's a
keeping the ball toward the sideline, keeping the ball away from Green.
one of the most popular mascots.
Yeah, and I said Wildcats. I went Bulldogs.
Right. You went through all of them.
Yeah.
Oh no, this one's not. That was Stigler. That was Stigler.
Oh.
This one, I think there might be only one mascot in the state with this name.
Well, I don't feel so bad about this.
See if anybody knows. Don't.
You don't have to worry about me giving it away.
All right. Don't Google either. Don't Google cheat. I'll give about 60 seconds here.
10 players out of the field, not 11. So they'll burn the timeout, and we'll take one as well. 10 minutes to play, Cashin by 2 touchdowns over Thomas of the High Plains Insurance Scoredle game of the week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging.
Thomas Terriers, Phil. Thomas Terriers.
That's right.
And you said, oh, like the dog? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's all coming back to me now.
That's a Celine Dion song. It's all coming to me. It's all coming back to me now.
Wow, oh, sweet Lord.
I forgot what these buttons are. Stand by.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one. This is incorrect.
Oh, yeah. That's one I always hear. That's why you give me one. Oh, boy, lean. Yeah, I'm leaning right now.
Financially recover.
That's the best one. That's the best. Oh, sweet Lord. Now, just so you know, I have a hard stop in 12 minutes. You might have to go solo on that.
Well, sleepy time at 9?
No. The wife and I have we have a movie date night. It starts at 9 o'clock tonight.
Movie date night. You mean like Netflix and popcorn?
Yeah, all that. Yeah. All that.
I guess Cash and Thomas can.
Yeah. Well, what I've been efforting, and it's, I've heard the guys in the background, Cash, and talking about the Cochran family, and you probably knew this, but assistant coach Kel Cochran, who a football player himself,
his wife,
unfortunately lost his wife a couple months ago, giving birth. I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize that, and that's obviously tragedy and just a horrible situation. Wow. Yeah, terrible thing. But anyway, you just, all that perspective comes when you see things like that. So, but we've talked about Cashin. I think this is we say this almost every year, but dadgummit, I want Cashin to get that gold ball so bad. I mean, because they've been such a good program for so long, I think a lot of people are rooting for them.
It's almost like you can predict the Cashin season is they're going to blow everybody out. There's going to be that one close game in the regular season. They're going to blow the first two opponents out in the first two rounds. And then they're going to play someone in the third round that's it's a little bit closer than you would think. And then the semifinals is a back and forth ball game, and then the finals, who knows? It's like
last year,
it's the same season over and over and over and over, except for that 1 year.
It's Groundhog Day.
2017.
It's Groundhog Day. Yeah, it's Groundhog Day. Somebody just lost their helmet. Got a flag down. I don't know if that was.
You want to do a little play-by-play?
Well,
look at those are good-looking athletes there.
Oh, I'm telling you, these Cashin kids, they got a program in Cashin. They should be proud of this. I know they are, but anybody would be proud to have the kind of program Cashin does. Last year it seemed like it looked like, man, Cashin's going to get her done in the finals, and then have this couldn't quite get over the hump. It was just a tough deal. But Coach Shackelford's a great coach and does a great job. And the whole program is it's a program. Yeah, so one of the better ones in small ball in the state of Oklahoma, no doubt about it.
Yeah, this is a pretty good game here too. 21-7. Cashin.
Yeah, Tom.
Just a really great. Thomas, they got a proud tradition as well.
Absolutely, that's what I was going to say. Thomas is another one of those great. Yeah. So it's two great football programs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Roof family is obviously a very well-known football family in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, when you get into these big schools and talk about the big schools all the time, but sometimes games like this get lost in the mix with Thomas and Cash. I mean, this is a big-time football game, and to be honest with you, Cash with only 21 points, I mean, they're using like 50 points a ball game, so that tells you Thomas is a good program as well this year.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. And they're, you know, and you're right, Cash at this point in the game is usually up by a bunch.
It looks like
we're getting to see
a little bit more here. Yeah, look at that big old guy. I mean,
what
that's
a
5A,
run.
6A type athlete there on top of the run. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I can see how Cashin scores 50 points a ball game.
Yeah, and of course, I'm just drawing a complete blank on the young quarterback over at Cashin. His brother was such a stud. I just completely drawn a blank. Harmon, thank you. I got to see him complete that touchdown pass there and a great run after catch, but it's the Harmon family has just been just unbelievable over the years.
Looks like we have a score in the Norman North UConn game, and UConn's has gone up 2 scores here. They lead Norman North 26-17 with the extra point upcoming. Looks like we got an injured Timberwolf down, but UConn, the Flexbone offense, along with Piedmont, still running the Flexbone. So you have a 6A 1 program with Flexbone, the 5A Piedmont Wildcats with the Flexbone. So looks like I would think Norman North would have been probably the favorites in that game. So it'll be interesting to see that one.
Yeah.
Let's check in on our friends over at Weatherford. Make see if there's anything changed in this score here. Fast forward this here. Oops. And still looks like it's 24-7. So Woodward graduated quite a few seniors off of last year's playoff game. Remember, they beat Guthrie in Guthrie to get that playoff, and it looks like Weatherford's going to score again to go up 30-7 if that stands. I don't know if there's a flag down or not. That's the one cool thing about I like our scoreboard graphic is if there's a flag, you can see if there's a flag or not. But it looks like there was a flag or it was blown dead. So, all right.
Blown dead, maybe.
Let's see here. Let's go back to the Muskogee. That should be in the second. There we go. Bill Huddleston with this call. Let's see if I can.
He will have a 1st and 10 at the Muskogee.
Coweta, 35-14.
9 minutes and 14.
Coweta, one of the stronger teams. I think Coweta, depending on who they get matched up with, this is like a semifinal type team in 5A football.
Yeah.
Bishop McGinnis, Bishop Kelly, Carl Albert, Coweta, Collinsville are probably your favorites right now. Of course, Carl Albert's the ultimate favorite. I mean, it's Carl Albert and the rest of the ones after that. But, I say Piedmont. We'll find out. Piedmont in danger of losing their second game in a row. They'll be in Guthrie next week. So that could be that could be a great way. The winner between Guthrie and Piedmont would have a fighting chance for that second spot in the district.
Ruffers couldn't tackle him.
Antonio Zapata kind of cramping up over
Coweta quarterback looks big and strong too.
The outside catch made in space. Making the grab that time was Brent Barlow. Down to the
35-14. Again, I would really like to concentrate on this Noble Piedmont game, but it's just really loud and there's no audio.
Yeah. That is the game
let me.
Last week had a better than 300 yards performance passing the football. 3 touchdowns.
Let me. Let's just pull them up for a second so we can see if there's a score update here. It's been a while since we checked in on him.
Side. Every time he's in there, it's a toss sweep. Okay.
Well,
still a 3-point game in the
hopefully
the
head coach that is right beside you there, hopefully he hears that so he sees the same thing, or maybe that's where you picked it all up from. We've got a little bit of cramping down on the field on our sideline. Not sure exactly who that is. We won't report as to the player or anything like that. I just happened to see a player, leg in the air, and ball.
Really wish.
Leg in the air, foot up high.
Okay, here we go. Brings up a big second. It looks like it's 11 here, 2nd and 11. So kind of gave us a little bit of breathing room here.
Hey, this just in. Caney is between Atoka and Durant.
Okay, very good.
Just letting you know.
I thought I was in that area. I knew it.
Well, you're watching the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
On the Oklahoma.
We're still watching the Bears.
They like that.
Yeah, they do like that.
Yeah, that's their go-to. The Bears.
Hey, Tom, next time you talk to Shaq, see if he can get some different uniforms. We got old eyes here in the booth, and they're hard to read.
Listening to my buddy Todd Miller
this
here.
one, to be honest with you.
Black and maroon doesn't match too good. Just make it black and gold.
Looper on to punt inside the 25-yard line.
Switch the camera.
Shanks it to the near side. It hits at the 48-yard line and then goes out of bounds.
So it's 28-7. Cash is going to win this ball game. So
yeah,
I wonder why how they got so far. They're already in the 4th quarter, and Cashin's usually a pass-happy offense. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how.
I was really glad last week at Pond Creek.
They got so far along here.
It was military night. The black uniforms with gold numbers as opposed to the black on not quite so black that we've seen up there before.
7:32 to play in the ball game. See if it's not going to be a healthy dose of Caden Harrell from here on out with a 3-touchdown advantage and only 7.5 minutes to play.
I think they got him resting right now.
Whoa, that officiating crew.
Handed off the green of the backfield. Look at him spinning across midfield.
That officiating crew has an extra man. What are they called?
They have 6 again?
We might have 7.
Write a letter to number 9.
1, 2, 3. I don't know if they have one back judge and a line or back judge, 2 back judges or not, but there's the referee and the guy in the backfield. I'm drawing a blank on what they're called.
Head up, looking down the field, picking his way for extra
But anyway, yeah, they have 2 guys behind the line of scrimmage. A guy who spots the ball, like on college.
Good vision.
2nd and 3. Hand it to Green again, picking his way for positive yardage.
Cash it. See, here he comes.
A yard short
there he
of
is.
the first down marker.
And there's the white hat.
Good sportsmanship pulls Braxton Green up off the turf.
Good to hear Todd. Todd does a good job.
Yeah.
Let's check in Lawton Eisenhower. Oh, hold on. I know. I got 60 seconds. All right.
Okay.
12th straight game against the Eisenhower Eagles and their 4th straight city championship after downing MacArthur last week.
Eisenhower 21-0 now in the 4th quarter.
Dorsey under center. The counter play is on. It'll be a reverse play. Devin Simpson has it. Simpson cuts it up. Simpson gets taken down after a gain of about 3. Pyle still moving, and they finally blow it down. Forward progress does give them the gain of about 3 or 4.
Okay. You said 9 o'clock, and I don't want to go any further. So
well, I appreciate it. I mean, keep me in good graces with my bride, and appreciate doing this again. This was something fun to do for an hour or so. Just to do a little high school football on Friday night.
Unable to. So, with Guthrie's off, we won't have any more off weeks, hopefully, for the rest of the year.
Hopefully for the rest of the year.
Hopefully everything goes well. So.
You know what? I just realized that, that's
Yeah. So.
All right. Made me sad. I need to go watch a funny movie now.
Okay, I'm gonna finish Piedmont Noble. That's
all right, bud.
I'll be the team guy tonight. I'll give you
be the team player. I'm gonna go watch. All right. Sounds good. All right.
See ya.